Got a bit of an interesting game for you from XMT's Quelladuck versus Gotrek Starbreaker. The Fey Enchantress Double Paladin, haven't seen it for a while. And then 2 Royal Pegasus Knights, 4 Knights Errant, 4 Battle Pilgrims, and 2 Grail Leagues. Versus the Sabris Classic. He changed his name recently. The Gotrek Classic. Triple Gold Chevron Necropolis Knights. I don't believe in them, but I know he has his good arguments for them. They do have impressive stats at 60, 58. Then he has Kotep to reset his enemy's cooldown and spam healing for his army. We have a Necrotect for restore to also heal up the Necropolis Knights. And he has the Van Braces of the Sun somewhere. Yeah, there they are. Minus 24 melee attack and melee defense for anyone he hits. We have a Tomb Scorpion for some disruption, a Skeleton Spearman across the front line, triple Screaming Skull Catapult, and triple Tomb Guard. We already went through the Bretonnian build, and for now, all we get to do is watch Screaming Skull Catapults fire at Battle Pilgrims. Now, they were probably taken for Peasant Bowmen, because with their debuff that you get when you actually get hit by these things, as they missed everything, take cover, minus 8 leadership, while also getting the leadership debuff of being shot by artillery, can really get rid of Peasant Bowmen fast. In the backfield, though, the Pegasus Knights charge into Tomb Guard with halberds, trying to disrupt the Scream Skull Catapults, but I'm sure the Tomb Guard will have something to say about that. And Screaming Skull is still harassing the front line, though, at this point doing more friendly fire than any good. Big fight has begun. Knights Errant apparently charged in while we weren't looking and are already routing off. The Royal Pegasus Knights are in. Fey Enchantress and Noble Paladins are in as Necropolis Knights are taking some damage, but they're already starting to heal up. And as long as Kotep can keep casting spells around and being a nuisance, the Fey Enchantress can't cast any of her spells and heal up her guys. So the Royal Pegasus Knights that are involved in this fight are already down to half HP, and now they get a Flesh to Stone that gives them some physical resistance. Looks like it's going to be followed up by a regrowth, but at 12 melee attack, 12 melee defense due to that blinded, they're not going to have a good time. Knights Errant get a downhill charge into the Necropolis Knights. They are taking some serious damage, those Necropolis Knights are. Royal Pegasus Knights did not take as much punishment from the halberds as I would have thought. Screaming Skull Catapults are really killing their own front line. They are not doing a lot of damage to those Battle Pilgrims. Royal Pegasus Knights, even with the regrowth, even with the Flesh of Stone, they are still getting their asses handed to them. They are going to rout now as Knights Errant also going to share their fate. Knights Errant getting beat up by these triple gold Chevron Necropolis Knights, man. But their heal cap's coming in hot, too. Necrotect has a second heal for them, and then you have the Tomb King's Army passive, and then you have Kotep's spell spams. But still, man, these guys are taking a lot of damage. Kotep himself ain't no spring chicken either. Fey Enchantress is throwing down her Bound Comet. As the Royal Pegasus Knights join the fight, they start to back off because of the Ushabti summon. Boom! Big shot, takes out a ton of the Skeleton Spearman, but also damages the Paladin just a little bit. Elsewhere, the Catapult's still firing for now, not doing a ton of damage, but trying. They're just missing a ton. Those triple halberds on top of them could be useful elsewhere as Kotep and the boys try and kill Fey Double Paladin. The Ushabti summon is here. It looks like they're going to dive into Battle Pilgrims instead, use their bonus versus infantry to good use. Tomb Scorpion still helping out in the fight. Necro Knights nearing their heal cap as Kotep tries to help kill off this last Paladin. He does tear her out away. The Royal Pegasus Knights are now diving in to offer a little bit of support. Looks like that Paladin's going to be alright. He's probably going to escape. Elsewhere, Battle Pilgrims trying to shut down these catapults at last. Tomb Guard are holding firm for now. Battle Pilgrims will trade up in that aspect, despite the damage they've taken. Knights Errant rejoining the fight. The Necropolis Knights are getting so low, they start to crumble at last. Even the physical resistance and the healing cannot keep them up as they just get torn apart. Kotep is also stuck in here and going to get taken down. And the Tomb Scorpion is trying its best to rout off some stuff, but there goes Kotep. He casts his last spell as he crumbles away to nothingness, and with him go the Necropolis Knights. And without all that, I don't know if these guys can win it. Screaming Skull Catapult still online for now. Tomb Guard desperately trying to hold. But does it matter? Necrotect also gets taken out by the Fey Double Paladin, and Tomb Scorpion's trying to fight some Royal Pegasus Knights who are going to kick his ass. With an over half health Royal Pegasus Knight, Fae double paladin all being alive, and the Fae can probably heal a ton since Kotep kept resetting her cooldowns. I think this might be the end of the poor Tomb Kings. Knights Errant put on a desperate charge, but met with halberds, they decide against it and pull away. Guerrero Leak is pushed off by the halberds. Battle Pilgrims are not. They've been fighting forever. Tomb Scorpion and last Skeleton Spearmen are crumbling away on the low ground as paladins hunt him down. Tomb Scorpion is not going to make it home, I am afraid. Typical commoners, wow. Aggressive. Tomb Guard repurposed themselves onto the Knights Errant, trying to catch those guys. They're hoping the Battle Pilgrims will just die on their own, but speaking of dying on its own, Scream Skull Catapult's already crumbling a little bit. I think that's GG. An honorable last stand from the Catapults, but they will just get run down. And the halberds cannot hold. Tomb King's halberds are some of the worst halberds that exist. They're not very expensive, so I guess it's not surprising, but the Fae is just going to drain them all down while Knights cycle charge in. One Paladin's trying to rout, but the Horde won't let him. And there it is. The Fae is just healing everything up. Regrowth, Flesh to Stones, all that stuff, while she's just Mortis draining, and it's over. It was a neat little build. I really think Gotrek was hoping for some archers to shoot at, and when he didn't get them, he was like, well, now I have 3 fucking catapults for no reason. Tomb Guard with halberds did great. Necropolis Knights honestly did fine. Tomb Scorpion did okay. And then Kotep and his Necrotect did okay. Fae, 2,900 value from just draining stuff. Paladins did alright. Royal Pegasus Knights did well. Knights Errant struggled a bit. Battle Pilgrims did fine. But the Fae had a bit more healing, a bit more Mortis, and nothing for your catapults to shoot. Roar!
Subscribe, yes, yes.